Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of AD&D's Curse of the Azure Bonds Remastered. So we're going to continue our Iron Man run here. Let me reload here, we don't want to watch the demo. This is the All Thief Psionic Party. Okay, so we're ready to go back into the Dracandros Tower area. Let's double check and make sure there's nothing I need to ID. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Gotta go to HAP. Okay. Duncan has fire resistance, so we can hit these. Mystic, I don't believe does. Hey, Jimmy, welcome in. How are you doing? Thanks so much for resubscribing with Amazon Prime. 33 months. Wow. Really appreciate that support. It's very kind. Jimmy says Sonic Thieves should know exactly what to pickpocket. That's right. Good point. Hey there, Bo. Welcome in. How are you doing? He does have fire resistance. Thanks again, Jimmy. Appreciate the support. Harm Addict. Let's use a Sonic Blast here. Glad you're doing well, Bo. Oh, you're cruising through Texas, taking a break. Nice. Yeah, that is good timing. Tim does not have fire protection, I don't think. We don't want him to hit. Worth every Bezos buck? Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. We're going to have you delay. I don't want you getting hit and taking fire damage. You can fight the elves. So, how's Texas? Is it pretty busy? You're in Christopher Robin's home state. He lives in Texas. That one's enraged. Let's come over here. Says, yeah, it's a lot busier than the previous few states, although still a fair bit of open road. Gotcha. Mystic, you do not want to hit a salamander. Well, we're probably not going to be able to rest 30 days. We did kill the Draco Lich last time, though, so maybe we can. Nope. Usually you get a chance to flee. They wouldn't even do it. I'm glad we are overwhelming them. Maybe I'll walk over to the Draco Lich area and rest there. Ah, seeing Silk's mark, they move away. That's why that's happening. So since we got Silk's mark, sometimes they're just going to straight out attack, and other times they're going to leave us alone. Like that. Yeah, that changed how they behave. I usually don't get Silk's mark because I usually don't have a female in the party. Yeah, it's actually made it worse. That was a mark scam. I should have said no. Okay, let's see if we can rest here. Can't rest here either. Yeah, this is a pain. We rest a week, we'll get a little bonus healing here. There we go, he got an extra 2 from that. Oh, finally, they're leaving us alone. Just camping out for a month. Now, trying to remember, I think we're gonna have a fight, right? Yeah, you come out in the courtyard. Dracandros. Attack the dragons as Elminster told you. That's the funny part, is maybe Elminster did. He's been known to scam us. Parlay with the dragons. Okay. Ifrit begins casting. See if we can do a blast on these. Nope. Wow, that mage is -1 armor class. Jimmy says, yeah, best course of action is always to do the opposite of what Elminster. El Scamster says, yes, exactly. Exactly the truth. There we go. We got a backstab. We got a beaded hairband. Oh yeah, we could pick up. Let's pick up the drow stuff while we're here, because we will be here quite a while. Nine, 8. Actually, give this to Mr. Spock. I think he only has a +1. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Looks like you can hold off the roof. Okay, cool. We know we're going to be fighting this Dark Elf Lord in a second here. We should be able to get some backstabs in on him, though. He's got like 100-ish hit points. Really low armor class. And he actually is hastened. Which is kind of a scam. They did it to make him harder. It's kind of a scam. Okay, here we go. A burly dark elf. He's overwhelmed. Alright, let's get a good backstab. Come on, Tim. Nice. 50-ish damage. And he's gone. Man, those thieves took him out quick. Now this is a +5 longsword, I believe. Let's give that to Ham. They go 6. They go 3, yeah. Shield, scale mail. That's magical. We can't use it, but we could sell it. Jimmy says, can we charm the Dark Elf Lord and then set him upon our enemies? Yes. We could have used hypnosis, psionic hypnosis, to potentially do that. But then we wouldn't get his treasure. We wouldn't get the experience we wanted. Better off charming things that don't have good equipment. So the Orb of Annihilation we should win by default because we don't have a caster. He ends casting. Whoa, that one's got 64 hit points. Holy moly. He's an upgrade. Gosh, do I risk? Oh, I'm going to try to hit DFortae. I don't want to risk him casting. Because if he does a wall of fire, that's going to be disastrous. Let's do a Sonic Blast. Hey, Steely Pat, welcome in. How are you doing? Says I had fun in the early patches running with a tail of like 4 Dark Elf Lords and Mogion herself. Of the original game or the remaster you were doing it? That's funny. Have a Mogion in there. The early remasters, gotcha. Backstab. Loving the backstabs. $56 damage backstab. Does anybody else need a bonus? Yeah, he can use one. He doesn't have an offhand equip. What are we doing? Life's great, Steely Pat. How about you? How are you doing? It's pretty acceptable at the moment. That's good news. Acceptable's not great, but it's acceptable. No healing. Just straight rests. All right, here we go. We should win this. We'll send Duncan in. Well, Jimmy will get some entertainment out of that. Things go wrong. Concentrate on the sphere. Reaches the red wizard. He raises his rod in panic. He's a goner. 8,000 experience, 486 in items. Wow, that's a record there. 898,000 silver, 600 copper, 758 platinum. I don't think we can get rid of all that silver. You'd need an army, literally an army, to get all that out. Spear, 2 scrolls, and a Ransour. Dang it. No weapons for us. Jimmy says, that red wizard's mental is weak. Yeah, it's actually a scam. It doesn't work. It only works against casters. Only casters can lose that. Non-casters never lose. Oh, I forgot about this fight. No. This is a really bad fight for thieves that don't have cure poison ability. I do have 1 scroll of neutralized poison, actually. We're going to do Sonic Blasts on these for sure. They have low intelligence and wisdom, so should work pretty well. Is there another one somewhere? There's one down there. Okay. So let's blast this one on. Unaffected. Okay, Mystic has hypnosis. We're going to try to get a wyvern on our side. That'll be beneficial. Unaffected, no! Let's try it again. Unaffected. Oh. I can't use my Sonic ability. I have to kill him. Okay, Duncan's overloaded. He needs to get rid of some weight here. Where's all the weight? Oh, it's the platinum. Okay. We're getting scammed, Jimmy. Totally getting scammed. Yeah, we'll allow those to flee. Need a rest. We're under the curse of Elminster. Are you sure it's not that 800,000 in silver that's overloading us? Yeah, that would be a little bit of an overload. Just a little bit. You may pass if I collect some of your items and money. No. Illusion. Let these guys flee. Any freet. Flee, yes. Ooh, it's an owlbear fight. Hugs Duncan. Hugs Hom. They're really interfering with my Sonic Blast ability here. Okay, Saztam can get one off. Let's try to hit the cleric. He's casting. Owlbear killed. Owlbear killed. Unaffected. Shoot. Okay, let's see if we can get this cleric hit. Good. Because who knows what he was going to cast. Mystic. Ooh, let's try to go for some owlbears here. Hypnosis. We got a dark elf fighter charmed. Oh, we got two of them charmed. Okay. The owlbears resisted. I think it's because they're too dumb. Hypnosis has a certain intelligence range the enemy has to have. Oh yeah, that's why it wasn't working on the wyvern, now that I think about it. Yeah, their intelligence was too low. Oh, the dark elf fighter got a hug. Bet he hasn't been hugged in a long time. He's in panic. Okay, let's test out a new feature I put in. Jimmy came up with the idea of not allowing, well, giving a warning if you try to trade an item to an NPC. So I also put in a similar thing for taking treasure. So I had just hit take with the DK elf fighter selected. It says they won't give it back. Are you sure? Because there's many times I accidentally give them the treasure. And I'm like, dang it, I gotta kill him. So Jimmy came up with the idea. Let's see. Drow longsword. I think that's still a really good longsword, like a +5. Let's give that to Duncan. Take of 8. Oh no, it's only a +3. Okay. Let's go back to the Frost brand. This is a dilemma. Kind of injured. I think I need to keep going. It's going up. I don't want to go up. There we go. A folded piece of paper. Do you read it? No. We already know what that is. Mystical laboratory. Shallow pool, which smells of rotting vegetation. If you reach in the pool, yes. A leathery ellipsoid about the size of a head. It is warm and pulses faintly. Do you take it? Yes. Elegant bedroom. Take the loot. Chainmail. Dang it. Come on. I'm not picking up that keg. That's too heavy. All right, we're gonna build a rest here. Probably not. Jimmy says, yeah, we default to the last person on the party list, and that's where the NPCs like to hang out. Yeah, I changed that. We don't actually default to that anymore, but you're right, that was a thing happening before. Now it remembers. Yeah, I can't rest. Oh boy. Uh, okay, thank goodness they all bunched up. We're gonna Sonic Blast these. So there's only one that we haven't. There we go, he's stunned. Okay, perfect. This fight would have been ridiculous for this party. Okay. Oh man, we need to be able to rest before this. Let me see if I can rest in here. Zaztam with his regen is fantastic. Okay, we found a closet it looks like to hide in, so resting is working. Yeah, this Dracandros fight's going to be ridiculous. All the freed. Need to try to drop as much weight as I can so we have high movement rate. Let's see, Duncan. Drop all this. What else are you carrying? Drop the club. Drop this stud and armor. There we go. Mystic, you're way overloaded. Nine still. Oh yeah. Okay, we got all kinds of junk here. Give this to Han. There we go. Tim, he's overloaded. Okay, everybody's got 12 movement now. Jimmy said, didn't we find a scroll that had a shelter spell on it, or was that different master? Yes, we did. It won't help this party too much because it'll cast as like a level 10 spell or something. So it'll allow us to rest like 10 hours for free. So that wouldn't help us that much because we wouldn't even be able to heal one hit point in that amount of time. That's useful for like a caster type party to memorize some spells in a pinch and things like that. But you're absolutely right that we do have that. Okay. Body weaponry. I'm not going to use Duncan's body weaponry because I want to keep a Sonic Blast, and he just barely has enough for that. Okay. Who has the Wand of Ice Storm? Tim. I think I am going to use some of the buffs here. I know I have some. Strength, actually, yes. Who is it that needs strength? Tim. Did it work? Yeah, I gave him 18. You're serious. Mirror image cast. Minor globe. Actually, it won't work against Wall of Fire. That's a 4th level spell. But if Dracandros casts like magic missiles and stuff, it would work. But I need to use that last because if we use that first, it may block some of our other spells. So there's the spell you're talking about, Jimmy. Leomund's Secure Shelter. Blink. If I do blink, the problem with that is then if I use scrolls, we could potentially fail. So I don't think I want to do blink on him. I could give it to someone that's not going to use another spell. Let's do that. Let's trade this to Mystic. Failed to understand the right. Okay, try again. Nope, he used it up. Okay. Sastam, what about you? Visibility, protection from normal missiles. They're not going to shoot at us. Detect invisibility. Yeah, let's do that. Because Decandros is invisible, I believe. Power kill and eye bite. Conjure animals. Improved invisibility. I should probably save that against the beholder. We'll make it that far. Hey, speaking of devil. Hey, says Tam, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, I think I'm going to try to save that. Haste. We're going to do haste. Thanks for giving Saztam the shout out, Jimmy. Heat metal. Blink burning hands mirror image. Let's do mirror image. Yeah, force cage on there. Blink, grave enfeeblement and slow. Minor globe. Let's go ahead and do a minor globe. Okay, and then Mr. Spock, fear, fire shield, fumble. Not sure about the fire shield. There's good and bad in doing that. Conjure fire elemental. Okay, so that's all he has there. I think I'm going to go in. Wish me luck. Arcandros is dragging a heavy bag across the courtyard. Dropping the bag, he says, "You have dogged my steps for too long. Now you shall be destroyed." They keep trying to enlarge the drow elves, and they keep resisting it. That's hilarious. So there's Dracandros. Untargetable. He's invisible. Movement of 24. We should be able to get right down there and do a sonic blast. Dracandros is panicked. Okay. Says, what are we going to do with you? Let's attack. He's panicked again. Set up the backstab. Oh, he just delayed blast fireballed us. Dang. We didn't lose any items. Okay, where is he? There he is. He's revealed himself. Okay. Tricandros is no more. We needed to delay blast backstab the guy, Jimmy said. Lost an image. Your image protected him. I feel like there was another one down there, wasn't there? Oh yeah, there's two more. We don't want them casting a wall of fire on us. Like that one. It's beginning to cast. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. We need to hit these. Okay, we're safe. I am glad I used the haste scroll. Success. 3,800 and 6,000 in items. Nice. I see some more magic user scrolls. He has a stone too. Probably an ion stone. I know he has a robe at some point. I think we find it after this. I'm pretty sure that's cursed. Let's take this. +3. Yeah, armor class 0. That's a big improvement. And a +1 ring of protection. Okay. The rest of that I don't think's magical. Among his treasures, you find the Helm of the Dragons. And 21,000 gold. Okay, more scrolls we can use. I like it. There's the cursed robe. Ion stone scarlet blue. I think that's strength. Find out. Duncan has 15. No, what is that? 15, 18, 15, 14. Is intelligence? Yeah, intelligence. Okay. Give a little boost there. Nice. That's a ring of wizardry. And then 2 wands. We can use both wands. Okay. Perfect. Now we got to get out of here. We're going to go to the wilderness. And no, we're going to depart. Nice. Save under J. Now we get to see all of our goodies. So this was the Robe of Powerlessness. Picked up some good old magic user scrolls. I have to find out what those are. There's the Ring of Wizardry. It's worth 0. Yeah, that's wrong. I think the cheapest Ring of Wizardry is like 15,000 or something ridiculous. Let's get rid of all this junk. I never identify these vials. I'm going to do it just for fun. This one's a vial of perfume. Spear +1, Rancer +1. Wand of Ice Storm, Wand of Fireballs. Nice. Can't get much better than that. You'll notice something here when I hit buy. This is another enhancement I recently made. The shop will keep the items you sell it until you leave. That's in case you accidentally sell something that has some value. Because I've done that many times. But as soon as you leave it, it'll disappear out of the shop. You still have to kind of pay for it because the price is double what you sold it for. Illusionist Scroll. Illusionist Scroll, nice. And it only does items worth 100 gold or more and items that aren't already in the shop. Steadpets is going to throw a bag of exotic spices right in Tyranthraxis' eyes. That's funny. This is a quarterstaff. Wow. That's worth 2,200. I think they set this price wrong. I need to make a note. Check SSI's price on the quarterstaff. +2. Seems way out of bounds. Potion of Healing. Acid Vials. Ah, we got an Ion Stone Dusty Rose. This actually will block some spells. I don't remember what level spell it can block up to. I think it has probably 12, 20-ish charges. And each casting of a spell will drain that many charges based on the spell's level. So for example, Fireball's level 3, it would drain 3 charges from this when you get hit by it. But that's a really cool find. Really good protection there. We'll have Ham equip that. And then I want to check out all these scrolls. And we need to level up. Let's go to the inn first. Save. Bo says, that's a lot of gold for a magic stick. Yeah, exactly. Steelypad says, it's interesting how Pool of Radiance had all the stuff like tapestries and goblets and other treasure stuff. And then by Pools of Darkness, it's just like, take your longsword +4 and get out. Yeah. Pool of Radiance was definitely the most like the paper pencil rules and vision that Gary Gygax had set. They definitely got away from it the further on it went. You're absolutely right, Steely Pat. Hey, Kiffer, welcome in. How are you doing? He says, delayed blast backstab? How does that work, Jimmy? So let's see what we got on these scrolls. Mind blank, okay. Dromage's instant summons. That's a good one. See what's on this illusionist. Phantasmal Killer and Demi Shadow Magic. Excellent. And then here we've got Continual Darkness. That's a really good one. Yeah, we've got some really good scrolls. Lightning Bolt. I know I found a few more. Here we go. Cone of Cold, Slow, and Charm Monsters. Nice. Thanks for giving Kipper the shout out, Jimmy. Jimmy says the same way your scams do, Kipper. You mountebank. You're doing good? Glad to hear that, Kipper. Just doing your warm down in the gym. Cool. So are you still at the gym that wouldn't allow you to wear your shoes that you wanted to wear? Have they officially tried to ban your shoes? Okay. Those are good scrolls. Wait a minute. Did I look at his? Yeah, I've already looked at those. And you have no new scrolls. Okay. You snuck him in. Nice. Says Tim asks what's wrong with your shoes. And Kipper says they have toes. Mountebank was one of the classes Gary Gygax was working on when he unceremoniously locked out of his office and fired at TSR. I think it was a subclass of thief. Really? Is this official somewhere, Jimmy? I have never heard that. Or is this just rumors? Okay, Mr. Spock, level 11. Saztam, level 11. Hamatic, level 11. Nice. Saztam says, seems like a weird reason to ban them. Yeah, he told me the story, Saz, on his stream. I think it had to do with it being open-toed, kind of like slippers or sandals. They want your foot fully encapsulated. And so his shoe was a different category, and they defaulted it into the sandals category, even though it wasn't sandals. Something like that. Some lame excuse. All right, let's go to the Standing Stone. The Dungeon Master Guide has a cape of the mountebank. Steely Pat says, sounds cool. I think I learned mountebank was a word through the card game Dominion. And Kiffer says it's a person who cons people into thinking they are a wizard. Oh, that's funny. Bo says, when I drop a 45-pound plate on my mesh-covered toes, it will certainly do the same amount of damage as someone wearing socks and sandals. Good point. Tennis shoes would be the same way, pretty much, though. Giver says, yeah, they banned sandals, Crocs, and slip-ons, and my shoes are none of those, but they didn't like them. Steely Pet says, yeah, it's just a con artist, snake oil salesman. That's funny. Thank him. Seek Green. We're going to go to Jimmy's favorite town, Hillsfar. Let's go to Vunlar. No, Teshwave. There's something I want to do here. We're going to journey on to Dagger Falls. Go back to Teshwave. And now we're going to investigate this path. Bo says your shoes are ugly, therefore you are banned. And Jimmy says, as far as I know, nothing was ever published. He was asked about it years upon years later and could recall classes like Hunter, Mountebank, Mystic, and Savant. But the only rules in print was for Hunter and his newsletter that only exists in print form, no PDFs. Oh, and a jester class. Yeah, I'd love to find like a true interview with him, like a voice video interview, so I know it's legit. There's so much BS spread, I don't believe anything unless I hear it from the official sources. I've heard so many things made up over the years that end up being complete bogus. And everybody propagates the lies because they don't do a deep dive into the research. So I might try to research that stuff myself. And if there is no video interview, it's kind of like when people say, oh yeah, I beat that game in this amount of time. I'm like, did you live stream it? Let me see. I don't trust it unless you live streamed it and there's no edited video. If that's the case, then I'll trust it. Squad of Zenal troopers come out to meet us. View journal entries, no. We're going to pretend to be mercenaries. And then we're going to slip away to Warren Dagger Falls. We saved them. As a reward, you're given the keys to the city, and a great feast and parade are held in your honor. Party gains experience. I'll do a lizard man fight. Kiffer says, I'm sure someone can fake a video for you. I only believe old paper now. Yeah. That's why I said live stream, not an uploaded video. A live stream, you know, that was recorded live and it shows it was live, I will buy. Holy moly. Wow. Good thing we have Sonic Blast. Let's do some crocodile hunting. Bo says, like beat Battletoads on the NES with one attempt. And he never played it before. My source? Trust me, bro. Yes, exactly, Bo. That's hilarious. Sastam says, I couldn't exactly live stream a game when I was 10. Yeah, no. Yeah, in the old days, people lied about stuff all the time. I remember people saying in Wizardry 6, you can get Excalibur by killing the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the forest. And everybody propagated that lie. Complete lie. Now we know for sure it's a lie. Because you can examine the game files. And yet everyone propagated that. There's just so much BS back in the day. Now it's a lot easier if you really do your research to find out what's true and what isn't. You got to do your research. Hey, Hot Toddies, welcome in. How are you doing? He says, no, it's true. My cousin's sister's boyfriend went to a convention and someone said they overheard another table talking about the classes. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Let's try to hypnotize a couple. No, only one lizard man. He's charmed. Jimmy says, Hot Toddy's uncle worked at TSR. Yeah. Okay, let's dump some of this money. Oh, our lizard man got hit with a flask of oil. We gotta find the bridge across this little river. Oh, it's down here, I think. Where is it? Usually there's a little bridge you can walk across. Looks like stones, maybe? It eats up a lot of movement. There we go. Crossing the stream takes 4 movement. Moses, that being said, there was something charming about back in the day when tips and tricks were spread through word of mouth, or perhaps a random online text document. Nowadays, everything is just plain and open. Some of the mystery is lost from those days. Yes, it is your choice, though. That's the deal. So, like, I choose to not look at guides, you know, and play things blind. So you have to avoid looking at stuff doing that. So it's good that we have the choice, because sometimes you do want tips, but I totally understand what you're saying. It was a lot more effort. Not anybody could just find out how to beat a game easily. You had to do your research. All these guys are charmed. You get so much bad information. Friends lying and making stuff up. Wait a minute. Those are our friends. 40 damage backstab. Got 4 lizard men with us now. I want a meta hoopak. Look at that. Yeah, now that's going to be magical. Okay, let's get rid of a couple of these. Oh, we're ashamed. We dumped the lizard man in a ditch. We're ashamed. We'll have to rest a week. We got some gourmet backstabs going on here, Jimmy says. That's right. Okay, is everybody... Nobody else is ashamed anymore. Yeah, we'll keep these guys if they'll stay with us for a while. We are due 2 level ups, so let's get that. Oh yes. We gotta fight some Ettins. Try to get set up here. Delay. Jimmy says they're lucky we didn't eat the tasty lizard man. What more do they want from us? Mystic. Deep sleep. This guy's not. They're too dumb to hypnotize. Oh, I never sold his stuff. Okay. Farmer's family comes up and thanks you heartily. You're invited in and enjoy the first home cooked meal in many days. Okay. Let's ID this stuff. Shield +1, scale mal. It's probably +3. Get him out. Okay. Everybody's gonna be level 11 now. Nice. Welcome to the Old Skull. We'll make a pit stop in Zeno Keep and get some more scrolls. Turning our thieves into general use casters. The only scrolls we can't use are cleric. And I also want to give the Elven Chainmail over to Mr. Spock. There we go. What's the level cap in this game? I made the limit 30, level 30. I had to implement the experience that goes everything all the way up as high as I could based on what the books had. But there's some classes that have hard limits on them based on the class. Monk, Druid, Bard, Knights. All of those, I think, have hard limits below. Vunlar. Yellish. Zentil Keep. Giver says thieves solving problems since day one. Admittedly, they cause more problems than other other classes. That's right. Enter. Stop. Get over here. Okay. Let's see what you got for us. That's only 675 for this mage scroll with 3 spells. They must all be first level spells. Well, we're still going to buy all these and see what's on them. Because they're randomized. Burning Hands, Charm Person, Magic Missile. That's worth 600 gold. Definitely. Visibility, Knock, Mirror Image. Useful. Blink Haste, Lightning Bolt. Useful. Charm Monsters, Confusion, Dimension Door. Useful. Minor Globe, Cloud Kill, Hold Monsters. Useful. Okay. Here's a red scroll. We got a Dragonlance scroll here. Let's see what's on it. Oh, we don't have enough money. Yeah, we do. I had to pool it. Knock Monster Summoning 6. That's an 8th level spell. And Levitate. Nice. I'm going to try to buy another one of those while he has that one here. Because there's a 25% chance the thief will fail the spell trying to use it. Okay, you're getting going, Kipper? All right. Well, thanks for dropping in. Hope you had a good workout. Nice. Yeah, that's a powerful summon. Okay. 675. I'm gonna wait for the prices to differ. That's how I'll know that they were dynamic. Like this one, he has an elixir of health too, 4,500. Actually, that's gonna be useful for this party. I'm gonna buy that. Buy one more. Okay. Good enough. Quite a bit of ways from level 12. And we're not really gaining a whole lot with level up. We are getting a little better Thaco and 2 hit points. Saving throws will keep going down, so that's a good thing. Yeah, we definitely need that. Our saving throws are not the best. Well, also, it helps protect you against assassination attempts. And it makes our assassination attempts against held things better. More likely to happen. So level still definitely matters. Journey on to Yellish. Ask permission. Parlay. Go with the guards. Okay. Troops come bursting out of the office. Fight the men. Mage begins casting. Need to hit this cleric too. Ouch! 10 damage! What the heck did that guy just throw? It was either a hammer or a hand axe, I think. It's got some high strength. Yeah, they got serious strength here. Let's try a blast. Feeble-minded, nice. Able to kill him with a follow-up sonic blast. Hypnosis. These are the kinds of guys you want to hypnotize. Charm. Nice. Mage is casting on our behalf. Oh, he's doing an ice storm and aborted it. He couldn't find a safe place to cast. Ooh, good bolt. Duncan goes down. Bandage. Tried to charm one of the guys, but it didn't work. Should be able to get backstab here. Nice. One left. He just cast haste on us and aged my guy a year. Now we got a cleric, 2 fighters, and a mage. Yeah, that was a hand axe. That guy threw that hand axe for 10 damage. Belongs in the Olympics. Ooh, maybe these knives are magical. You can actually use those. Same with the daggers. The Red Commander demands to know our business. We're going to be nice. I see you have one of the Swames with you. That is good. Okay, so that is from partnering with Silk. I never do that. Hit him Wander. Okay. It's a whole month of resting. This would be a good place to save it, guys. I'm assuming nobody is streaming right now that I can raid, but let me double check in case you're into that. Yeah, lots of progress, lots of backstabs. That's right, Jimmy. Let's see here. Let's send you over to ABS Nerdity. He's playing Dragon Warrior Free. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.